All right, so we are about to get into the Bad Boys LA review. Now, this show definitely was. I felt like this episode here was episode one. Like, I felt like everything we saw could have been packaged. Because literally this episode was clearing up everything that we saw and didn't add anything else. And so again, it left us with a cliffhanger for the next scene. What I thought in my mind where we were leaving off was not at literally where we left off at. So, you know, a lot of stuff was rehashed again. I had a couple of favorite moments. I had a couple of moments like, bitch, what, where, when, how, and why. My two favorites for this episode was Anthony and Darrell. Anthony for his looks, he stayed fresh every scene, and he was in no beef. He was chilling, like, okay. And like I love for this episode, I felt like I would have been more so Anthony the whole scene, the whole episode. Darrell, I like Darrell this episode a little bit more because I felt like his testimonials were a little bit, they were more real and raw. Like it gave us more of, you know, him not trying to give bravioso or ego tripping. It was more so like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get into Darrell. So now this first clip I want to talk about was we left on the fact that remember Carry-On and Moolah got into it. And Moolah, you know, popped off on Carry-On, and I kept saying, Carry-On, can you fight? Like, what is like? Can you like? How you gonna be acting like this in your mouth like this? And so check this clip out, and I will get right back.
People that I know, they don't have a problem hiding it. They just put it out on the table. They let it be known. Why is that in the closet?
You don't go through the same shit we go through. You can walk down the street and just because you gay, niggas will kill you. Niggas will rob you. Niggas will think you're an easy target.
But that's not the energy
But that's
I
what
was
you're
putting
forcing
out.
That is, you're telling him,
I've been
you're
around
over here
them.
with me or you over there with them. That was the energy that you said.
Let's recap the energy. When you start flexing, you gonna get
What
it.
was the flex?
Listen, it don't matter who you are. If you
Bro,
flexing,
what is the flex? You're
you
coming
didn't
to
see
him,
that energy.
you're coming to
Milan?
another grown man asking him to out himself. How the fuck you gonna tell him to out himself? He wasn't ready to out himself. He's trying to figure out his shit in his brain. And you trying to like put him on Front Street. Like that shit is not cool.
Here's the thing. If you gay, black, white, blue, green, a fucking unicorn, that does not negate the fact how another person is supposed to treat you. So Moolah and Curtis trying to figure out if a person is gay and then...
Now, I have to give, you know, Tight Booty his props. That is definitely true. That's the one thing I did think was the defining moment of this little piece was that my sexuality should not define how you treat me. You should treat me as how I treat you. If I respect you and offer you respect, then you should offer me respect. You having to figure out what my sexuality is to then determine how you want to treat me is a form of discrimination. It is. Your treatment of me shouldn't be no different than you treat anybody else than my based on my sexuality. Unless I'm a vulnerable population and you're treating me better, you're offering me a level of care that other people wouldn't. So I felt like he had to get his props for that moment. Yeah, you got it, Milan. You know what I'm saying? That's the only time where I felt like you stepped into the role of the king of Bad Boy LA. You are not definitely playing that role as we continue to see throughout this season. So let's continue.
And determining how they're going to react or interact with that person was fucked up.
I don't have no problem with the gay community. It came off a little different. You know, I should have worded things differently. I'm not trying to embarrass anybody. I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad about themselves. I could have took things a different route and pulled Carry-On to the side, but I just felt like at that time, the moment was free and I can express myself. I fuck with you, Milan.
Okay. So do I believe Moolah on his justification of hitting him because he was giving you that energy and you felt like you want to pop off, you getting tough with me, I feel like that's what dudes do. I feel that's why I say men don't really argue a lot of the times. They really just get physical really, really quickly. So I get that. That I didn't, you know, say that I didn't understand it. Was it right though? It was not right. It wasn't right. And so I'm hoping that this was a learning moment for him. Like, yo, you can't be popping off on people like that. Certainly not someone like Carrion, because I don't think Carrion gives it up like this at all. I really don't. But I was shocked to see that the person who led this conversation was Mulan. So the one time, I don't know if it's gonna be the one time this entire season, but the one time I'm definitely giving him props is definitely now. Like you got props for that. So now the next thing that really took me to the next level was listening to Carrion. Carrion was trying to justify
back and forth. I tell him all the time, William.
Carrion was trying to justify. Hold on. So Carrion was trying to justify why he hit, or what his, I guess what his sexuality is. I don't know. You all tell me what the hell you thought he said here, because I didn't know.
Nigga, are you
What's going on with you?
Like, are you DL?
That's
Do you want to eat my
questionable.
ass with my makeup on? Like, what's going on?
My business is me staying professional. You asking me over and over, that's questionable. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Very questionable, very suspect.
What? Let's do this again.
Asking me different questions. It's like, damn, nigga, are you
What's
suspect?
going on with you?
Like, are you DL?
That's
Do you want to eat my
questionable.
ass with my makeup on? Like, what's going on?
my business is me staying professional. You asking me over and over, that's questionable. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Very questionable, very suspect. With extra T's.
it is what it is, but like, I ain't tripping on shit. Like,
You shouldn't.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to have a sit down about that sooner or later, Joe, just to like, you know what I'm saying? Like, regardless
You
of the
still have to remain
spectrum,
calm.
regardless of the spectrum of sexuality, grown men gotta handle business, you feel me? So like, ain't on that bullshit.
See, here's the thing. Okay, another moment where I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. I would have had to say, what are you talking about? If we're gonna be on a professional thing, don't ask me questions and questions. Here's the thing, bro. You can be unprofessional, you cannot be unprofessional. You have two choices when people ask you a question. You can either answer the question or move the fuck on. You left it very much so. All you have to do is you're leaving this air of open, about your sexuality. If you don't want nobody to know, just don't answer the question and move the fuck on. Say nothing. But as we see throughout this show, you are coming to grips with your sexuality, and we're watching this shit unfold. And I think what you more so is you're looking for acceptance. And I think your version of acceptance is allowing people to just accept it and digest it as you just be yourself. So I might be, don't ask me, but just be cool with me. And in order for people to do that, just be you. All of this extra, I don't know what the fuck. Let me play this again. I don't know what the fuck.
Asking me different questions. It's like, damn, nigga, are you
What's
suspect?
going on with you?
Like, are you DL? Do
That's
you want to eat my
questionable.
ass with my makeup on? Like, what's going on?
My business is me staying professional. You asking me over and over, that's questionable. You know what I'm saying?
My business is staying professional. You asking me questions over and over is questionable. Just didn't make any sense to me.
Like,
Very questionable, very suspect. With extra T's.
it is what it is, but like, I ain't tripping on shit. Like,
You shouldn't.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to have a sit down about that sooner or later, Joe, just to like, you know what I'm saying? Like, regardless
still
of the
have to remain
spectrum,
calm.
regardless of the spectrum of sexuality, grown men gotta handle business, you feel me? So like, ain't on that bullshit.
So here's my thing. When you say grown men got to handle business, what does that entail? What is that about? When you say grown men got to handle business, that ends up meaning a solution is coming forth. Like, we're going to figure this out or we're going to handle it. So when you say grown men got to handle business, what business with them asking you about your sexuality and you not wanting to answer, do y'all have to settle? That's what I kept saying. I said, so what's the business? What's the business? Well, we'll see what the business is. So again, I'm not falling for Carrion playing this whole, he don't know what he like. He's struggling to come out the closet and all this stuff. I'm really not buying it. I'm really not buying it at this time. I'm just really just observing him finagle through this. Like, oh my God, if y'all don't understand how many times I've seen like dudes who have not accepted their sexuality, but sort of want to straight offense and want to play around with gay dudes and be in the lifestyle. But when you're in another environment, when you're around a bunch of straight males, or maybe a couple of males may enter the room, I'm me. And it's like, okay, you continue playing that, but I'm letting you know that your reality and whatever perception, they're gonna meet up. And so I think the show, they're meeting up each other. So let me share this other clip that had me looking at them both like, okay, so as we continue to move forward in this, we get to find out that Darrell and William were friends. Check this out.
all the time. William, if you
So
want to
y'all
fight
had
this
some
person,
built up shit
if you
going
want to
on.
fight this person, go ahead. Don't come and go, oh my God, I want to fight them topics. And then you see him, and then it's like his head, deers in the head, like whatever that saying is. That's why I told him. I said, if you didn't fight him, if you did not fight him, I was going to fight you due to the fact that you're my friend, and I'm tired of hearing this. Did y'all think
So
I
you
was
just gonna whoop everybody ass now?
I'm not. Everything comes with a principle.
It's not just he was just
Like,
doing
especially me in my line fight. I already wanted to size my line up just to see what it was about because, like, you know, I do like him.
Now,
but I put my hands on Dylan.
Let me just tell you this. That is definitely something people in the gay community do. A lot of times they want to size you up. Even in, I don't know, women on women, or I don't know, men on men, straight men, I wouldn't tell you, but I know definitely in the gay community, there are a lot of times when you have new, I take myself for example. I moved to this location. I got in with a group of friends here, and a bunch of them niggas in the group wanted to size me up. And it wasn't even about like fighting, but it'd be quick shit they say, little things. It's just about seeing how far they can go with you. And so him admitting to that again was me saying, okay, good. Now I get it. You're probably not really a fighter. You're just probably trying to see who you can get away with, what shit you can get away with. So at that point in time, I said, okay, yeah, that's some shit you do. I'm too old to be trying to test the waters, bitch. It is what it is.
Due to the fact that William is my friend.
Right.
But I did tell him too.
Oh, here y'all go with that flip-flop ass shit, bro. What you mean? This is my friend. I'm gonna beat up my
I just told you I'm big on principles. I taught my friend a lesson. It's like I don't want to come off as a bully to them because I do fuck with them.
You already.
This not our first going back and
Now, did y'all hear what he just said? He said that he fought William because he wanted to teach his friend a lesson. What kind of fucking friend is that? You don't put your hand, especially the weakest person in the house, allegedly. I'm just gonna say that William. Y'all talk, y'all cool. You told him to fight dude. He don't want to fight dude, so you gonna put your hands on him to teach your friend a lesson? I don't give a fuck where we are. Just knowing that, you get your ass worked. Like, now that right there, again, another true moment that he put out here in the world. But I don't know what friends operate like that, but I'm not friends with somebody who gonna test me to make me fight somebody for nothing. Like, to me, I was like, that's a bitch ass move. See, y'all got the right dynamic of folks in this house, because you probably got your ass handed to you on the streets trying to test somebody. You tested the wrong fucking one. The focus of the homosexuality makes it uncomfortable to watch. Why the deep closeted behavior? It's very interesting. I think we see a lot of that because it's not a full cast of gay men. So it's like gay and straight. So you're going to have that unknown question of who gets down, who doesn't get down, lurking. And until they break that down, I think we're going to continue to have this silo stuff. But for me, it would have already been broke down. Like, I'd have been able to see, like, dude is gay. He's just, trying to figure it out. So it is what it is. This is also why Black heterosexuals have issues with the homosexual community. These dudes hate themselves, but want us to respect their dangerous behavior. Just be you. If you're referring to Carry On, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why I said it's very, very eye-cringing sometimes to see him responding and trying to be ego macho and beat on his chest when that's really not him. He's probably a funny, quirky, nerdy, geeky kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? They have their own little cute element, but for the sake of this show, Bad Boys, and an image, he's out here acting like he, you know what I'm saying, like giving it like he a whole top, when I'm just sitting here looking at him like, boy, honey, baby, what are we doing? That's all I want to say. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What do we got going on? But I get it. It's a show. He has to put his image on. But that shit gonna get broken down and tore down, especially by us who know the behavior, who witness this behavior on a real level. Like, bro. And it'd be funny, you all, because it'd be like the straight guy may be bisexual, right? And he may, hang with a couple of gay guys, not all, right? And so for the purposes of hanging with them, everything is cute and funny and all of that shit. But then when somebody else enters the scene, it becomes, why it's just a different tone. That eventually fades itself out. You eventually figure out who you like more and begin to be around them more and more and more. You know what I'm saying? People don't hang around people they don't like to be around, not all the time. And so it gets hard to be DL as you get older. Now it's gonna be completely hard. You want to Bad Boys LA, please, I want to understand, is it still that hard in living your truth? In some instances, it really is. Absolutely. Especially families. if you have families and you live in different communities, if you're a part of the church, if if you're around or connected to or belong to something that has really, really high values, very strict order, can't see things any other way, or maybe tainted by existing situations. They maybe saw somebody else have it, you know, like STD or HIV or something like that, and they may feel like that's going to be your lifestyle. They may think that you might pedophilic pedophilic behavior. It's a lot of things that come with it. Yes, it is. It's people in your family. They may look at you differently around kids. So it's really, really difficult for some people. It's just all about living your truth and being comfortable and accepting whatever consequences come, because everything ain't gonna be easy. Everything ain't gonna be right. Once he comes out, if he does come out, if he may not even be like that. I'm just allegedly. Let's say relationships with his family change. He has to think about that. It ain't as easy as just living your truth. It's like, no, it's okay to live in my truth when you see it from a TV screen. But what you don't know is now I lose my family. What you don't know is, you know what I'm saying? It's like that. So it definitely gets a little bit sticky. The show being about heterosexuals versus the homosexuals is a gag in itself, because there is not one heterosexual in that house. You better stop it. You better stop it. All right, so let's move on to the next clip that I thought was interesting. Now, I this was some banter. I called this banter because I couldn't call it nothing else. I couldn't call it nothing else. Check this clip out.
It's bad enough being gay, then being white, and then competing in hip hop. Yeah, good fucking luck, okay?
Like, yo, when I grew up in Texas, when I was in high school, and I went to prom every year, and homecoming every year. I had a girlfriend who was black, and she treated me so good. Her name was Infinity, and another girl named Danielle. Did I really love them? I loved them as a friend, but I had to have them next to me going to high school in Texas because I was always afraid to get jumped. Oh, you a faggot? Oh, we gonna jump you after school. No, I wasn't gonna be that person.
Honestly, I feel like I can.
Now, I found this to be very foretelling. See, when people tell you stories about how they were as a child or what they lived like when they were a child, and then you see examples of that in their adulthood, you need to walk away from bitches like that. William would be somebody, as a black person, I would walk away. I'm not trying to make this racist or anything, but clearly in your story, and I'm going to play it again before I say my statement, because I want to make sure everybody
in this house. It's bad enough being gay, then being white, and then competing in hip hop. Yeah, good fucking luck, okay?
Like, yo, when I grew up in Texas, when I was in high school, and I went to prom every year, and homecoming every year. I had a girlfriend who was black, and she treated me so good. Her name was Infinity, and another girl named Danielle. Did I really love them? I loved them as a friend, but...
Stop right there. See, that's where you fucking went wrong with me. So you had these black girls in high school as your friend. Did you really love them? No, but you loved them as a friend because they were convenient for you. They helped you out. Okay, let's see this pattern that we got going on here with you, William. We'll continue.
I had to have them next to me going to high school in Texas because I was always afraid to get jumped. Oh, you a faggot? Oh, we gonna jump you after school. No, I wasn't gonna be that person.
Honestly, I feel like I can.
See, so my issue here is the pattern that I see with William is that you associate yourself with black people or whomever is convenient to support you or help you in that moment, because apparently that's how you thrive. That's how you're successful. And the one moment or the one example you go to is that example of you being in high school and you had these two girls, the black girls, with you, and they were your friends. Did I love them? I mean, I loved them. We were friends, and they would help you because you would get jumped. That to me was a poor ass example or an excuse of you trying to talk about why this house shouldn't be segregated or divided because of you getting jumped. That's not even the issue. The issue isn't even about white or black or about you versus a bunch of other gay girls. It's not even about that. It literally is about Carry On and Moolah and their situation. So I just found it very funny that was the example you used. And given the fact that you are on Bad Boys LA, you are in a house with a bunch of your majority black men, And it appears that you are probably going to wallow the fences about who you hang with, because clearly in your past, you look at some people as a means of support and safety, like you're using them, like that's going to be your card for the show. So you need to be very careful, because I think that you may find yourself being by yourself because people can figure out that you're using them. Like you think you like Kurt, not Curtis, what's his name, y'all, the other white guy, like the other white guy. I felt like that was really, really interesting of him saying that. I said, oh, okay. And then, okay, that's interesting. Considering you're in a White House on a network full of, I think you'll probably look back at that and say, I wish I'd have said that a little bit differently. You don't want to come off as if you're using people just because it's convenient for the moment. Like, even if you like that, I know we all have that capacity within us to do, of course. However, you don't want to give that impression, and you clearly gave that impression. I mean, I don't know if you wanted that recorded, if you're just doing it for the cameras, and it could be a false story, but damn, what an example to give. Wrong struggle to pick for the wrong topic. Like, I could see if you were saying you was walking down the street and gay and straight dudes used to jump you or something like that, but you literally went to black girls. Okay. Like, what the fuck that meant? The fuck? I looked at it and I said, okay, I don't know who they was. The show being there, I can't imagine that shit. Boy, you got rolled. You would have been rolled, okay, down the fucking hallway. And that wouldn't have been on no white or black shit. It would have just been on some, who the fuck you think you is with them? What the fuck they gonna do? I can see my cousin now. Them bitches ain't gonna help you. Baby. Okay, bye. I didn't see it for William. I like now, because I didn't see it for William, and because of that statement, I like the other one a lot more because of that. Because I feel like he has the ability to endure more than William, because clearly William is telling us he's a fucking punk, and you're on Bad Boys LA acting like that. Boy, get the fuck out of here. He looks like a melted cherry Laffy Taffy. I'm sorry, what the fuck was that scene? Sympathy, wanting support. I guess he thought that somebody told him, you need to go on there, you need to just give the card, just give it. It's your gift. You got to give the card. And it's like, baby, wrong struggle. You could have picked any other struggle. You could have picked a weight struggle. You could have picked any other struggle. You go and pull that one out. Like, we supposed to sit here and say, oh, we were protecting you. We all were rooting for you. Not me. One that was lost and forgotten as the radio. Now with crumbs on it and hair. They were his shield and beer. I wonder if they consented to that, any of that. I wonder if they watched the show now. I wonder if any of them text him. Ain't white folks in Texas. Like, I'm trying to understand why he would feel like he's a minority in Texas. Like, pulling a card, a whole card, because it was what it was. Roman, right? Where were the... So it's always, that was a very interesting. I was like, okay, so this is how we gonna pop the season. Now, mind you, this is episode 3, and I told you this whole episode to me seemed like it should have been episode 1. We should have got all of this in episode 1. We got the reconciliation about Carry On and Moolah. We got a lot of different things that we should have got in episode 1, but it lets me know they didn't have a lot of footage. So I'm about to share the next clip, and the next clip was very funny. So we have the straight guy still curious about Carry On and still trying to figure some shit out. So get into this clip.
Don't give a fuck, nigga. Call me bi. Okay, I'm bisexual. Call me that.
Whoa, I wasn't expecting that. His upbringing, his father's Kirk Franklin. This is really a shocker to me. With your dad being Kirk Franklin, does he support your lifestyle?
Y'all getting a lot in my business. Now you bringing up my daddy, bro. It's just like, who gives a fuck, my boy? Your titles don't mean shit, because y'all saying it too much for me. We're going to figure out what's going on with this. I'm going to figure it out.
I don't want Carry On to feel uncomfortable. He likes what he likes. At this...
Pause it right there. Y'all see his face? Let me put Billy. Do you see his face? That man is so uncomfortable. And I'm saying to myself, he's not uncomfortable for what we think he's uncomfortable. Uncomfortable because he just said that. He's uncomfortable because he has to now deal with their reaction and their response to his reality, his truth. I'm bisexual. So now it's like, damn, so now what they gonna do? How they gonna take it? How they gonna respond to me? What it is, you know? And me looking at him is like, you've never really had to live that moment. You never really had to give that moment, or either you did, but you know, this is your time. This is how, I mean, this moments like these is what makes people really step into themselves and feel good about the next moment. And then it makes each moment easier and easier. So you said you're bisexual. Okay, it's out. You said it to them. Now are we moving the fuck on? You know, so I really thought that was interesting, but his face for me was everything. I said, oh, this man is very uncomfortable.
Point, it is what it is. We just gonna keep rolling.
Bro, we don't hate whatever you are, bro. We don't got no hate towards you. Like I said, we just trying to get females in this house, bro. That's what we rock with. And I think Moolah was just trying to feel you.
Where the
out.
bitches at now? Damn, have y'all text anybody? Y'all in LA, y'all don't even know what time it is. I've been out here. How long y'all been in LA,
so you
bro?
saying you got the bitches then?
You damn right.
You got the bitches?
Damn right.
All right, so we gonna see. We trying to get some bitches.
I don't know, bro. I need to figure out what's going on between y'all two first.
Bro, you know it ain't shit.
I'm just saying, bro. I need to...
So now this is exactly how we ended up ending this scene was, you know, that was it. He said his piece. They responded like, oh, wow, I didn't expect that, you know, gave their reaction. And then, you know, he jokingly walked away by saying, I still need to figure out y'all. I still need to figure out y'all, like joking with it, like making light of it. And my thing is I wonder if for him that made him feel a sense of relief, or did he feel how did he feel? Like, was that too much for you? You know what I'm saying? You just told these men you are bisexual. I mean, you like both men and women. It's your business, clearly. And I think that was their original question. And you're in a house full of gay guys, but I don't know. Did that? I was sitting there wondering, like, now, is he relieved? Is he over it? Because again, to someone like me who's had to go through that, you know, like shit, you know, it became easier for me to deal with. But what does this make him less than? You know, does it change your narrative? Not to me at all. You're still gonna be this guy. So I don't know. I just feel like this show for him is going to let him live the kind of sort of lifestyle he wants to live. And he doesn't have to hide behind whatever things, because he's going to get a lot of support. He's going to get a lot of people that come to his support, his defense. Clearly, he's not a bad looking guy. He's attractive. So, you know, both men and women will definitely be coming to his support. There's women who support men who are bisexual. Now, the biggest thing about this is his family. How does his family respond? How do they react? Do they feel embarrassed by him being on TV doing this? Like, has he had this kind of conversation with them? Those are the things in his responses that I'm looking for. So when he got shy, looking at the reaction, I'm like, I wonder if he'll feel like that when he says something to his mom, or if they have already had the conversation. But I wonder if this face-to-face conversation will be different. So you gotta do what you gotta do, bro. Like, I'm watching you do this. I think it's opening for other people to feel comfortable enough to do it if they're in these situations and saying like, hey, it ain't harmful. I'm glad that Moolah and Curtis responded the way they did, because, you know, even if it was a little bit like, oh, wow, you that, he dealt with it. He had to see it. He got it. It's done. Now it's over with. Woo! That first one is always the worst one. It's like, oh, you know, I remember, you know, telling my uncle, and my uncle was like, he paused, and my aunt paused. They both paused. We was in the car driving, and they both paused. And he was like, well, and after he did that, well, I said, whew, child, I felt so relieved. I felt so fucking relieved. I just wanted to go and just call up everybody like, yo, the cat is out the bag. The cat is out the bag. You know what I'm saying? Because it's important. It's your family. It really, you know, everybody else is cool, because you can make friends, you can create friends, you can change circles, but you cannot change your family. You cannot change how they look at you. You can only hope that they just think that you are the same person you've always been. But a lot of times what you realize is that even family may look at you differently. So I hope this was a really good moment for him, and he realizes he can live in his own fucking truth. All right, let me get to these comments. Culture Vulture Willie Williams. These homosexuals no service for the community. Dangerous thinking. He don't. because it was Roman. Where were the white girls? It's looking Zeus was a whole fool for sure. You know, white girls ain't fight for no one or protecting no one. Y'all are not right. A whole fool. I'm about to subscribe to Zeus, but it bothered me that he used the black girls for protection, not for friendship. Sad. Yeah, and it bothered me he used that as an example. Like, okay, cool. I'm sure you're not the only white guy who used, blacks as protection growing up. I don't know what your background. Maybe you could have went to an all-black school, or maybe you could have grew up in a black neighborhood. But that being your example for this situation, this moment on Zeus, like, bro, you really don't have like a lot of different things to pull from to reflect on gay versus straight. You had to pull black girls protecting you from getting in fights. What they were fighting, dudes fighting you. I imagine these were other girls fighting you, honey. Not the same situation. I think all gay men have, not me. I've never been in a physical fight with a female ever. I've had to push a female off of me, like, we're not about to do this. And she was my friend. So it was interesting that he used that example. Like, wow. Lil Willie William out here proving that black biological women are the true sheroes. Thank you, my sisters, for being shield maidens to non-blacks. Way to use our strength and power. You are so wrong. Was Andrew Caldwell lawsuit real? No, it was just like what I said. A damn warning mention. Lemuel actually went on a live on another somebody's channel, I think the Shade Room, and he answered the question. And they said, I've not seen anything other than what y'all seen. Nothing's come across our desk. We have no criminal complaints, nothing. So when we find out, y'all find out, because he doesn't have anything. Like I said, if he would have something, it would first have to look at his contract. And I'm sure when he signed that contract and cashed that fucking check, he accepted that there are reasons you can't sue. And all of the cast members have came out and literally said, you can't sue for that, fights or any of that. Now, he would have to prove sexual harassment. In all of the clips that we saw, he wasn't being sexually harassed. And he was throwing jabs as much as they were throwing jabs. And he was saying some low blows as much as they were saying some low blows. So honestly, he really doesn't have a case. His best bet would have been just to walk away from the show. It just makes him look really, really foolish. And the law firm representing him sending that foolish ass fucking letter saying that he's been dealing with this for so long on the show. He's tired of dealing with it. Dealing with what? Do you see this man live? He literally talks shit about gays all the time. Like, if anybody needs to be tossed in lawsuits, bro, these folks just crazy. Like, I don't give a fuck as long as you ain't liking children and animals. They were his shield. He's an opportunist. Yep, what an exit. I low key know a family member of his. Oh wow, carry on. He might already know. They are adults. I don't care about their sexuality, their behaviors. What is concerning? Terrible look on homosexual community. Pandora's box is open. Kirk better get a grip, because what someone else is doing can't get you into heaven, and vice versa. As a parent, when my daughter came out, I told her my job is to love you unconditionally. That's honest, and it goes to show that he doesn't even feel comfortable, on that level with his. They mentioned his father. He said, "Oh, you want to go bring in my family in and stuff like that." So hopefully he becomes a little bit more candid about that. William be talking to Sydney Star crazy on the gram. I feel he was using his friendship with her to get on Bad Boys. Sydney Star is the next joke. That same daughter introduced her girlfriend to her granddad, and she kept saying, no, she's my girlfriend. His response was, baby, you didn't invent gay. Moving along. Oh, wow. Yes, I'm in DFW. Oh, wow. Fort Worth. Not shield maintenance. All right. So then let me get into my last clip that I thought was fucking hilarious, and it sets the tone for the next episode. So let me pop this up.
He is funny. I'm like, he's so excited. Like, he's turned up. If you see Carter, they might as well just get the ambulance.
If I see Carter get ambulance.
What about if you see Nikki?
Oh, I'm gonna fall out.
If I see Nikki,
ain't no motherfucking, you gonna call it motherfucking hospital.
I'm not gonna
motherfucking ambulance, bitch.
I'm gonna be like, oh shit, Nikki's here. Like, wow. Oh shit, Nikki, wow.
Might be in here. Yeah.
Like, I don't give a her words. That's the
with the coolest.
So this is not my last clip, y'all. I thought it was. No. I thought that was funny. Now, this moment I thought was funny because I think almost every fucking gay guy's had this kind of fucking moment about going out or going somewhere where there might be a celebrity. And I said, oh, yeah, that's a very authentic
Gunna
moment.
is hilarious. He is funny. I'm like, he's so excited, like he's turned up. If you see Cardi, they might as well just get the ambulance.
If I see Cardi
to a
ambulance.
What about if you see Nikki?
Oh, I'ma fall out.
If I see
Baby.
Nikki,
Ain't no motherfucker.
Now, baby, I see Nikki just go and get the wheelchair.
You know, you gotta call it motherfucking hospital.
I'm not gonna
motherfucking ambulance. Bitch,
I'm
like,
gonna like,
you
oh
are.
shit, Nikki's here. Like, wow. Oh shit,
Because
Nikki,
Nikki
wow.
might be in here. Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't give a her words. That's the queen.
So I thought that was one of the funniest clips of the episode. Them sitting on the bus on their way to the outing and sort of fanning out. I really, really enjoy Gutter. I think he is just like the sort of fun on the show. He should have stayed. He would have gained more respect, I think. You talking about William? That was my dad's way of letting her know it doesn't change anything between them. That was sweet. That was sweet. You know, you don't have a lot of people like that. Yeah, Andrew was scared to get hit. He talked mad crap about the gay community. He would have gotten attacked for sure. Oh, hell yeah. Are you kidding me? Absolutely. Hey, good morning, Geechee Girl TV. Thank you. Hey, y'all, check out Geechee Girl TV. She be dropping clips too. I have all your notifications turned on, Geechee Girl. So that's why I be like sharing them out as soon as they come, because some of them I'll be having on. I'm like, oh, wow, I ain't know that shit. And I'll be wanting the News Crew to know. So keep posting. I got you. Definitely over here. All right. So the next clip I want to share of this funny ass episode is it this one?
Gunna is hilarious. Gunna is hilarious.
Sorry. It's the last one. Okay, here we go.
And
all right, so let me prep this scene for you. So the last one, so they're on that bus talking about if they meet Nikki, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna fan out. So they're on their way to this Zeus party. They're, you know, going to the Zeus party. So they get into the Zeus party. Everybody is, you know, turning up, showing up, doing what they got to do, you know, having a good time. And then you have William get into this.
William and Dylan and Darrell, they're going fucking nuts. They're twerking and shaking their ass. Now, mind you, we're not at a gay club.
Sure, I let people live their life and do what they want to do. But in terms of like doing the most and doing too much, I saw more ass shaking in our section than actual bowling.
We all turn it up. And here go William throwing his ass on every motherfucking body, bitch. The straight dudes, the gay dudes. William the fattest, set your big-headed ass down, bitch.
I'm turned up, I'm feeling the vibes, good energy. But here come William, dancing on me with his fruity ass.
So I definitely, now I'm gonna be honest with you. Some of my, you know, my gay, you know, homies who, you know, subscribe to the channel, watch the channel, or those who catch the replay, you may be a little upset with me, but I definitely understand that. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I, as a gay man, go to a straight club, my song comes on, I'm definitely about to bop and dance, but I'm definitely not doing it in a manner at this straight club that's going to offend somebody else. I'm not, it isn't that I'm being reserved or holding myself, because you definitely know if my song come on, you know I'm gay at that point, because I'm getting all into it. I'm not hiding who I am by all means necessary, but I'm certainly not backing my ass up on no straight man at no straight club. I'm them days of testing that and being on that kind of shit. I don't do that shit. And the reason why I learned my lesson is because that is very offensive to folks. That is very highly offensive to folks. You don't know how people will respond. Somebody might knock your ass the fuck out. And I always go back to my example when I was in the Caribbean. Was it Jamaica? I think I went to Jamaica, or was it Barbados? One of them. I went to a club. It was Jamaica. I went to a club. Me and a couple of other gay friends, and we were in this bar. We didn't know if it was straight or gay, but they played some reggae, some music, and I'm just in there, I'm whining, and I'm just all up on the wall, but I'm filling my drink. And next thing I know, these dudes are coming over to me saying, "Hey, we don't do all of that in here." And I look at my friend like, "Yo, it's time to go." Like, I don't know what's gonna go. So we go outside, and we just, at the time we just chilling outside. I'm like, wow, I did not know they still do shit like this. I didn't know that shit goes on. So you never know where you are. And I'm thinking, like, what is wrong with him? He's out of touch and out of place. Check this shit out one more time, and then I'm gonna come right back.
William and Dylan and Darrell, they're going fucking nuts. They're twerking and shaking their ass. Now, mind you, we're not at a gay club.
Sure, I let people live their life and do what they want to do. But in terms of like doing the motion, doing section, the actual bowling.
We all turn it up, and here go William throwing his ass on every motherfucking body, bitch. The straight dudes, the gay dudes. William the fattest, set your big-headed ass down, bitch.
I'm turned up, I'm feeling the vibes, good energy, but here come William, dancing on me with his fruity ass.
I mean, I'm not sitting here saying I don't agree. I definitely think that's not something that you would do at a club, like, oh shoot, let me remove. I definitely don't think this is something you should be doing. I think he was out of place. He was about to, there was as you can see, he got caught him with his little fruity ass. Did I find that offensive? Hell no. I call dudes fruity, tootie, booty all the time. So I didn't find it offensive, given that they already have been down this road in the house, already. So I didn't find that offensive. I did see somewhere on Twitter where people thought that was a little bit offensive. I think it's rude. I really do think it's rude. Now, that's like, a straight man come to a gay club, and, if he's straight and he start dancing up on a gay man, well, we're going to assume you get down and start dancing back. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm a gay man and I go to a straight club and I'm dancing up on a straight man and he's not dancing back up on me, or he's not feeling this, that's offensive. Like, what are you doing? You're invading my space. You know what I'm saying? Either I'm welcoming you to invade my space or I'm not. And so I hate when I see stuff like this, because I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, I lived those days. I used to do those days, going to a gay club. I'm in a straight club thinking like, hey, you bumping. No, that shit ain't cool and cute at all. So I found that to be a little immature, like a little 2008-ish, maybe 2009-ish. There's certainly nowadays where a lot of down low guys and straight kind of guys, curious guys, find a way and stumble their way into a gay bar. Trust and believe. They find their way in, they stumble, they win, they walk by. So it shouldn't be really that hard for you to be doing that. So I don't know what he's talking. And then his excuse was, I'm turning up. I'm doing me. I'm trying to shake this ass, get a bag. Honey, you can't get no bag off that ass. What you mean, a plastic bag? What you trying to go grocery shopping? What are you doing? What kind of bag are you trying to get off of that? That ass was not baggable, period. The best thing you would have got a bag off of was the throat and them lungs, baby. I'm trying to tell you this well. So I just was like, that wasn't something that I could say I would do at all. Now Gutter, they finna drag that ass. Gutter, we should meet Nikki together. Bitch, you gonna be cool? You gonna be cool? I'm gonna be cool. All right. What up, Nick? Wow, fan the fuck out. Bitch, let's spit one time for me. One time, let's spit. Thank you so much. No one cares. I have to catch up on Bad Boys. It's an interesting show. It's very interesting. It's real interesting to me. Black girls did for him. They went to battle for him. Wait, so they all are allegedly. Some are gay, some are bisexual. One is bisexual now, and two of them are straight. Allegedly. Allegedly, we crazy. Out here testing, auditioning new maidens. He trying to see who's gonna save him. Ain't nobody gonna say that, man. He looks ridiculous. I said something, same thing. Good morning, Miles. Hey, Miles, what up? B1, again, act accordingly, respect your surroundings, your world ain't everyone else's world. That's the real shit. That's some real shit. Like, if I could tell my fellow gay teens going up, coming up now. Like, yo, go to our bar, go to the gay bars if you're trying to turn up like that, shake that ass. If you want a low key scene, you ain't trying to do all of that. You go out to a straight bar, and even if you do want to turn up at the straight bar, just make sure you're not like up on some dude. Like that shit ain't cool. And trust me, there's ways and opportunities, and you will learn this as you go, baby. You learn it as you go. You know what I'm saying? But just don't make that a habit, because that's how a lot of people get hurt. That's how a lot of people get labeled. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to be hurt, but then to be labeled, and every time you go out somewhere, people looking at you like, that's the fag right there. That's the gay right there. That's the one right there. That's not something you want. It's not hot. It's not cute, and it's not sexy. So I would always tell my young gays, like, boo, let me tell you how to do this, right? You go to the straight bar before you go out. You get you a drink, you get toasty, you sit at the bar, you get you a vibe, you feel the music, you know, you get into, if that's what you're looking for. Then you take that ass to the gay club and you turn the fuck up. And then when you're done, you go out to a nice place to eat where everybody's there, and you just have a nice little come down, and then do whatever you want to do at the end of the night. But this ain't got to be we tooting it up. Like, that shit is so played the fuck out. Okay. I'm for real. That's a lying ass Cartwell. Line. Just line. Culture Vulture a few years ago would have been black, blue, and purple. Okay. All right. So let me show y'all. Now, this is the last clip. Now, before I play, let me give you a little bit of background. So what's so funny, you all, is that what we didn't know was during the time, remember when we covered the story of the baby in the bowling alley and that whole situation? Well, what we didn't know was they were also filming Bad Boys LA at that time. So I started thinking timing and putting shit together when they started, when that was, how long ago this was, and how, timing. That was around February. So they wrapped up the show around that time. And I'm sitting here thinking, and then you put it out in March, mid-March. So what that leads me to believe is that they're developing the show and putting these episodes out. I think they're like putting them together and packaging them together as they go. Like, that's why I said this whole episode to me appeared to be episode 1. And if you go and look at the real episode 1 and 2 that they have, that we saw already, those were cuts from this episode. I promise you that. Like, all of this could have been together. So they're packaging it as, we watch it in response to the show. I think they're putting stuff in, cutting shit out. Who knows? So it'll be interesting. But they added this. So take a look at this clip here.
Like, what the fuck? What's going on?
It was the baby, and they was fighting. But why was they fighting on that slippery thing? See, that's why I got to get from out of where I'm at right now, because, they ain't fighting right.
I hear boom, 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 boom.
Now, let me pause real quick. I said, damn, now if that boy is suing the baby, this footage being out here on Zeus like this is really, really bad, because it looks bad for the baby. Let me keep going.
And I look to the left, and it's the baby. You know what I'm saying? And it was just going crazy. At our party, here we are, Zeus, London on the track, a whole fucking brawl with the baby at our shit. Welcome to fucking LA.
That shit was not a good look. It was not a good look. And I was like, damn, they aired the footage. Like, they didn't air just a little bit of it. They aired like a lot of footage that could be used. So I don't know if there was a settlement between the baby and the guy. I don't know. I really didn't follow the story any more than what was out in the headlines, but this was interesting. So that's how they wrapped up the show, leaving us on edge for the conversation that occurred between Moolah and William regarding Moolah and William dancing up on him at the club. And so in this episode here, we really just got to see some sort of resolution between Carry-On and the straight guys of what his sexuality is. We got to see William really show a side of him that I wasn't expecting, which is his defense mechanism is getting around people who are going to help him when it's convenient for him. And it just foretold a lot about him upcoming in this season. And I'm going to stay tuned. Allegedly, he's supposed to be exiting from the show on the next episode. So we will see if he realized that he's not going to have the kind of support that he's looking for in this house where everybody is fending for themselves, bro. You ain't in school where you mandated to go. You're at a show where you wanted to be here. So you need to be fending for yourself. We also got to see in this episode the fact that Darrell and William, they are friends, they were friends, or whatever the situation may be, and that he fought him to teach him a lesson. I don't know how the fuck that was a lesson if you my friend. If I don't want to fight somebody, it ain't your job to come fight me or force me to fight someone. But it told us that, you know, he's a little telling, and it gave us a foresight that he may be a little immature in his way of thinking. But again, I did say that his testimonials this week where I felt to be a little bit more candid than the other ones. And then best looks of this episode goes to Anthony. You notice Anthony was low key in the back chilling. I'm all down for Anthony vibe. So that was my Bad Boys LA review. There's so much stuff going on behind the scenes of the show. So you got Bad Boys LA, and then you have a show called Bad Boys Club. And Bad Boys Club is more of a YouTube web reality series by Gemini Films. And Natalie Nunn actually tried to get that producer to come help her with her show. And then she turned on him and said, no, thank you. After he flew out, was setting up stuff, doing everything, getting everything right, spend his own money. And then she dropped this. And so when he released his show a couple of weeks ago, everybody was like, oh, you copying her, you doing this, doing that. Mind you, he's in the second season of his Bad Boys Club show, which I like him a lot, actually. I hit him up on Instagram. So shout out to you, bro. You doing your damn thing. I told you, I think you are very professional. I love the way you give it. And I cannot wait to I just can't wait. And so they have a little back and forth, and Natalie got on live and she went to try to air it out like, she's the original, like something like that along those lines. So a lot of that's going on behind the scenes, in the back. A lot of the cast members have been going live talking about various scenes. And then there was one live where they all got on live together, but there were 3 folks missing. And guess who those 3 folks were? The ones that I like. Gutta, Carry On wasn't there. William wasn't there. And so it was like a lot of speculation, like, are they off the show? Will they be back next season? So it was like, we got to wait for the reunion as this show aired. But what I will say is watching them all together, I know that as I'm reviewing the beef, a lot of it has been resolved. You can tell, like the way they even vibe with Mulan and the way they vibe with each other, Gutta, Darrell, and the straight guys. Like, so what we're seeing is actually the birth of this friendship that they have now. And it's interesting to just dissect this to see where it lands. But I really hope Gutta and Carry On are still on the show. So that is my review. You all got any questions? So they were there. Yep. That pink bulletproof vest is killing me. And then, but what you didn't see is he had the lipstick. His lips, he had pink lipstick on. Did you see the pink lipstick? Please don't tell me I have to play it again. He had pink lipstick on. I kept sitting there like, who told him that was the move? Who? Zeus does whatever, they don't care. Right? You know there ain't no heterosexuals on that show. Stop it. I'm not, allegedly. That's mad weird and wouldn't been no friend of mine going further. Period. You trying to teach me a lesson? You gonna fight me? I would have whooped your motherfucking ass. I would have made sure you got the lesson. No, the real lesson is, bitch, keep your fucking hands off me. And you can't fight at that. So now, not only do you get 2 lessons, 1, you're gonna learn to keep your hands off me, and 2, bitch, you better learn to examine your damn opponent. Bitch, I'm not the one who you think. I'm quiet for a reason. If you're gonna run up on me for it, you better run the other way. I'd have threw his ass all in them bushes and stumped the motherfucker out of him. Like, bro, I know we friends, but this is for Jesus. You better get right with God. Like, we not on that. That was so weak of you. Would you ever be on the show of Asking Roman? I'll be behind the scenes. I know my place. I know my role. I definitely will have a headset on. I definitely be stepping in. Hey, Okay, it's time to wrap this shit up. Okay. Because I don't have the temperament to be fake arguing. I don't have the temperament for 1 minute we're cool, and then the next minute you come pushing me in the room. I don't have the temperament to just be fake like that. I couldn't even do it. My attitude shows too much. Like I wouldn't be going along to get along. I'd just be like, let me go on upstairs. Let me go and cook something in the kitchen. So nah, I couldn't do that. I definitely would love to work behind the scenes. I would love to. All right, we got these two over here. Let's bring these three into the confessional. All right, let me ask you these questions. I think that is just so dope to be able to, because I think that's where the real storyteller comes from. People being able to position situations that look realistic.